TYT's got a new audio network, guys, and you're gonna love it. We got our existing shows, but on top of that, we've got a whole new slate of shows coming out that are in podcast form, including the Jimmy Dore Show. So now nobody does comedy like Jimmy. He is super aggressive and sometimes harsh and often irreverent, but he's gonna give it to you like he sees it. There's no question about that. So you're gonna love this podcast. He's gonna have some of the top comedians and comedy writers on there. So if you wanna check that out along with the entire audio network, go to tyt.com/audio. So another day in America, and unfortunately another young African-American male who was unarmed, shot and killed. This time it's a 17-year-old boy. His name is Antwon Rose. This was in East Pittsburgh, and he was shot 3 times in the back. So I'm gonna show you a video of it. It is, of course, as usual, disturbing. It's a bystander that is recording it. Now, let me give you context before I show you the video. The cops were called in connection to an earlier shooting that happened on North Braddock, Pennsylvania. They are responding to it. They believe that the car matches the description that was given. They stop the car and they take the driver and they are detaining him. I'm gonna tell you what happened to the driver later. The 2 kids in the car bolt and they decide to run. Now that's a bad idea because as we've seen unfortunately in this country, they will shoot you in the back. And I don't know why the 17-year-old panicked and ran, but given what we've seen happen to African Americans across the country, I'm not that surprised that they did panic when they saw cops. But here's what happened next.
Why are they shooting at him? No, I'm recording this. Why are they shooting? All they did was run and they're shooting at them.
He died. Don't shoot him in the back. Don't shoot him in the back. And I guarantee you there will be a ton of people and eventually police and eventually probably prosecutors, and if not prosecutors, the judicial system overall that will say, yeah, he should have shot him in the back. That's what happens in almost every case. Rose, according to Allegheny County Police Superintendent Coleman McDonough, was not armed. He said that at a press conference on Wednesday afternoon. That's the police superintendent. He was not armed. So police say they think that the car is still probably the car that was involved in the incident. They say they thought it had bullet holes when they pulled it over. And they say that they recovered 2 guns from the car. So I don't know what happened, but that's why you do investigations, not shootings. He didn't have the gun, and they didn't ask. They didn't say stop. They didn't chase him. It's not like it was dark and they couldn't tell what was happening and they were afraid for their life. No, they saw what was happening. They saw him running away. You just saw it for the video. I had to keep telling you what you just saw with your own eyes because I guarantee you that the system will deny what you just saw with your own eyes. They'll say, well, I mean, come on, there was a shooting somewhere, there was guns somewhere. What are you gonna do, stop and actually try to catch the kid? No, I was generally afraid. Maybe he does something later. Why not just execute him? Because that's what they did. The 20-year-old driver of the vehicle, as HuffPost reports, that Rose allegedly fled, was taken into custody. He was later released because officers did not feel they had cause to charge him in the North Braddock shooting. So if you're in the camp of, well, I mean, hey, listen, they thought that that was the car, and and there's clear evidence that these were the guilty kids. Really, they didn't charge the driver. They let him go. They said there isn't evidence on him. Oops. So how about Antwon Rose? Now, because after literal assassinations, police often or authorities often turn to character assassinations. In this case, Antwon Rose was, quote, an excellent student. That's according to the school superintendent. That's not his parents, that's not his friends, that's Al Johnson, the school superintendent. He took AP classes, advanced placement classes. Great student. God, that's heartbreaking. Antwon Rose is dead. They shot him in the back. I have no idea if we'll ever receive justice. Young Turks. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.